Hello, class. Today we're going to be talking about understanding copyright. This is an important lesson because soon you will be doing research, and it is important for you to know what works, what other people's work you can use in your project, if you can use them or when you can use them. So it is very important to understand what copyright is about. I want to start off with a scenario. I want you to imagine that you have drawn an awesome drawing. It's just great. It's the coolest thing you've drawn. Your friend thinks it's just so awesome, and you go ahead and give it to him. You just give it to your friend. And your friend shows it off to some other kids, and one of those kids or person decides that they are going to take your awesome picture and put it on a t-shirt and maybe make a little bit of money off of that. And he does. How would you feel? Because I would probably be very disappointed to find out that there is a t-shirt out there making money off of a work that I did not give anybody permission to use. And that's what copyright is about. It's about a law that protects original creative works, which could be stories, drawing, pictures, music, movies, songs, all kinds of works, that anything that was made creatively is protected by this law. Okay? This law gives the creator is the person who created the work, it gives them full control of how that creative work, again, can be stories, drawings, whatever. In the scenario, it was a drawing, but it gives the creator control over how it can be used. What does that mean? That creator can decide if copies can be made of that of their work, how those copies can be used, if that work can be performed, how much of it can be performed, if it can be displayed anywhere, if it can be distributed. That's what copyright does. It gives the creator control over everything. So anything that you made you own it. It's yours. And you get to decide how it gets used with copyright laws. This means that it cannot be used without your permission. That's to say that because it does need permission, we can't go on, let's say, the internet. That's where many of us get our images when we're doing projects and things like that, or music. We can't just go on the internet and start taking those pictures and pass them off as our own, or without permission from the creator. So this copyright law gives the creator a lot of control over their project, over their creative work. Now, why is this important? Well, first of all, believe it or not, this is actually in the Constitution. It was thought of because it was to encourage creativity. Since you can't use it, it can help you come up with your own work for what it is that you need it for. That's one of the main reasons it was created. Also, it gives the creator, the person who made it, it gives them credit for the work. They, when they see their work, the person who sees it, uses it, knows that, oh, it belongs to this person, and they can't pass it off as their own. And also, like the scenario that I gave, that one included money. And sometimes it does. There's many cases where people take works from other persons, other people, and they make money off of it without that creator's permission, and the creators don't see any of that money. So, as you know, that doesn't sound very fair, correct? So, the copyright law gives creators the right, or it can help them earn money. Okay? And most importantly, it protects their work from being copied without permission. That's why copyright is important. And if you see this image over here, this is actually the icon that is used to show that a work is copyrighted. So when you see the symbol, that means you cannot use it without permission. Now, you can go through and find, let's say if there's a song that you want to use, you can go through the legal websites where you can go and download the song. You're most likely going to have to pay for it because it's copywritten. And that's a way that you can get it. So you can still use it, but you have to get it legally. Okay? You have to, if it's copyrighted. You have to go through legitimate websites to get these images if you really want to use them. Now, when you don't, when you don't follow the copyright laws, it's called infringement. Okay? You're basically breaking the law. Some examples of copyright infringement can be things like downloading a movie without paying for it, uploading a friend's song online for everyone to download. Maybe you thought your friend's song was the greatest, and you uploaded it for everyone to download because you just think your friend's so talented. But yet, if your friend did not give you permission, you're actually causing copyright infringement. Making a copy of a book without the author's permission is another form of infringement. Again, you don't have permission to do so, and it's copywritten, so it's you're committing. I don't want to use this word, but you're committing a crime. Well, the better word is infringement. Recording a film at the movie theater. That's definitely not acceptable. It's copyright infringement. Now you're probably thinking, well, then Ms. Cordero, what is it that I'm going to be able to use for when I do my research paper? Well, when you do your research paper, there actually are some works that are under fair use. So there's copyrighted work that you can use without permission for certain purposes. Now, in your case, because you're using some of this copyrighted works for educational purposes, for your school project, for your research, and for your learning, it's actually okay for you to use them. Okay? So it falls under fair use because, again, you're learning from it. It's for a school project. So as it pertains to you, fair use allows you to use that copyrighted work without permission. Make sure you still credit the creator. Okay? Make sure you give credit to the person who created the work that you're using. Also, use only what you need. Okay? So if it's, for example, you want to use a video Maybe you don't need the whole video, but you can use part of it, and you will be okay. You won't be causing any infringement, copyright infringement. It's okay if it falls under those categories. Now, you also have public domain and Creative Commons. These are things, again, because you're probably thinking, well, what am I able to use? So now you've got free use, and then you have works that are under public domain. So what this means is that copyright actually expires. It's 95 years or older works that can be used without needing permission. They're free to use and free to share. So you can find these by Googling public domain. Let's say you're looking for public domain pictures. So you type that in through Google and it'll get you to the websites for pictures that are public domain, free to use and free to share. Now, the thing about public domain, like I mentioned, there's works that are 95 years or older, is that they're old. They're older works. And although you can find a lot of cool stuff and get inspired through some of those works to create even new works, as in your research, there is another place that called Creative Commons, where you can use copyrighted works. It's still copyrighted, but they're free to use. The creator decided that it was free for you to use and to share. The creators have already given permission for their works to be used, and these are newer works that you're able to use for your research paper. So in case, again, the older works, maybe you don't find anything in public domain, you want something newer, and this has been around for maybe more than 20 years. So that means, it was in 2001. So, a lot of these things that you will find there, works that you'll find there, are fairly new. If you want something newer works to use for your research project. So, when you do begin your research project, remember to ask yourself questions if you think that they are pictures or songs or stories that you're able to use in your research paper, and you're not committing any violating any copyright rules. Always give credit to the creator for any work that you use. Give them credit, and all creative work is copyrighted. What I want you to know about this part is, as soon as something is created, it's copywritten. Okay, copyrighted. It has a copyright law for it. So, again, just use your other people's works responsibly when you do your research paper. Okay, and of course, if you have any questions, your librarian, me, I'm here to help you, so we can make sure you can use those works you have chosen for your project. All right, enjoy your research.